Introducing the launch of our fancy Foldovers cutting dies. This is part of the fabulous folded collection, and they truly are fabulous. In fact, here is one card using these wonderful Foldovers, and I've got so much more to show you, so please come play with us. Well, it says on the package that these are designed for 5 by 6.5 inch cards, and that's exactly what this sample is, 5 inches by 6.5. But you can use them almost on any size card because you have that versatility. In fact, I think versatility is the middle name of these cutting dies. There are 3 pieces, as you can see. So this one and this and this. Now these 2 have a score line and they're going to attach to probably the back of your card. This one will just simply cut out this full piece and you can do some layering. So that's how it was designed that way. Some options are, of course, on the back of the package. And we talk about how you can do many things with this, but let me give you some examples before we go too much further. In fact, I have some samples of the paper, so let me just show you. So this is this one. This is the narrowest piece. It is, I think this is about 5 inches long. Don't get too close because I'm going to show some other things. So, okay, this one has that scalloped edge, and this is 6.5 inches long. And then this is the one that doesn't have the score line, and it looks like this. So what you can do, I'm going to play with just a blank card right now. So I'm just going to turn this over, and actually, let me turn this one over. Okay, so we've got the card here. Now, with this, it can go at the top. You can also layer these just like that. As a matter of fact, that's what's been done on the card that I just showed you, except that this one was used because it doesn't have that flap. Bring it out here. It allows you to make it as long as you want. So in this case, Debbie used it just to cut her front flap. How neat is that? And then she took this one and had it layer on top. So you can have it like that. You can have it layer just like this where it's tight. You can use them individually. You can take 2 of these. So pretend that I've got that and maybe I have one at the bottom and do it like that. That works nicely. So there's just a lot that you can do. And as a matter of fact, you could even layer the 3 of them if you wanted to, just like that. So just lots of options. Now this smaller one allows you to do something from the top of your card because it is 5 inches wide. So you could do that at the top. Again, you could layer it on another piece. In fact, you could have all 3 layers, and you could have that coming from the top and coming from the bottom if you wanted to. In fact, Debbie has some cute ideas for this, so stay tuned. So lots of opportunities. Now, as with most of our cards, you're going to find a bone folder is going to be helpful for just really scoring. You've already got the lines scored, but really making them nice and tight. And to attach this to your card, we recommend extra sticky tape. It just works nicely, especially if these are movable at all. Again, I'll show you some examples. So this is the card that is on the package. You saw that the front of the card was die cut, so you can do that with any of these dies. And then a second one was attached to the card. And you can attach it to the back of the card, or you can attach it inside the card, however you choose. Okay, by the way, this is using Hidden Animals paper. The other thing about this that I just noticed is that because if you want to cut the card front, that allows you to see something that's on the inside, and then you can duplicate that same paper up here. So lots of possibilities. Okay, here is another, and this card, isn't that sweet? This is using let me get it for you, the Be Happy collection. And Debbie So here we go. Here's the Be Happy. I think it's just always nice to actually see something of this, and that cutting die is going to come in handy. So she has used the pattern cardstock to cover her card, the 5 by 6.5 inch card, and then she used the patterned as well as the solid with the largest die, this one that doesn't, just cuts out the shape, to place it there. So they're just glued flat onto the card. If you wanted to, you could fold one over, because this allows you to have it, you could have it anywhere on your card, okay? So that's going to work. The other thing that's fun about this card is what else she has done. So that absolutely charming bee that's right there. Now let's get in close. I just want to make sure that you can see what's going on with those wings. Look at that. How gorgeous. So what she did is she used she used a piece of vellum. So I've got a piece of vellum here. Then she also used the clear glitter adhesive. So it comes in a package like this. You've seen that before. And let me just lift up a corner, and I'll show you how it is. Glitter is embedded. So you would simply place this, pull off, not all of it, just cut a piece and attach it. Actually, it will attach, it will self-attach because it's adhesive to the vellum, and then die cut that out, and you will get this wonderful bee. Now you can use the black cardstock that is in the solid pack to go on top, and of course that piece is right there. So you've got the outline and you also have the bee itself, and it is just quite beautiful. Okay, now the Life is Better With You, that's part of the 12 by 12 pattern cardstock. And then Debbie has added the gold pearl jewel dazzles around the bee, right in the flowers, even on the bee itself. On the inside, now here's what she's done here. So the same paper, so this same honeycomb paper is here. We've got some lines of bees floating around, and then she took the smaller die right here and she used the same die that she used on the front. So she just die cut it twice and then trimmed it shorter to go onto the inside of her card, and that becomes a pocket. How fun is that? And this is one of the cutouts from the pack. And then our wooden bees, now they are sold in a pack right here, and there are a lot of bees buzzing around, so that is available to you too. They are self-adhesive, and how fun is that? Okay, so you can remember the bees, and that is just using this particular die in a couple of different ways. So that layering, that matting of them is an excellent way to use these dies. Okay, let's go to our second one. And Debbie made 4 cards this time, so bless her heart. This card is made using the collection of Whispering Florals. That's a brand new collection. And you can see that the front of the card has this floral printed, but we want to focus up here. And what she has used up here is the smaller one. So you can see that that is going to go right there quite perfectly. Now, she also made a double mat. So that is with the other one. So this now shows you all 3 of them. And she simply die cut it out of the darker green that's in the solid cardstock. This one she die cut out of the pattern cardstock. So you can see the 2 layers there, and you can play with how far away you want that bottom layer. This first card, they're pretty close. They're only about, not even a 1/4 of an inch away. Here, they're much further away. It's up to you, just however you choose to do that. Now the flowers were also out of that collection. And the missing U is part of the die cuts. And then she also has the white border dazzles and the white jewel dazzles in the center of the flowers. So that worked quite nicely. Then on the inside, she has just a big piece of the solid cardstock, but she has used the smaller cutting die to die cut a piece that will just go right there. So even though this is only 5 inches, you can use it on the 6.5 inch edge. And that kind of brings me to the point of you can use these on any size card. If you are doing an A2 card that's going to be like 4.5 inches by 5, these are all going to work, because the part that you're really interested in is that decorative edge. You're looking at the fancy fold over part of it, right? So you can do a lot with that, any size card that you want. On the inside of this card, like I said, she just trimmed that off and has the die cut and some more flowers. Works perfectly. Okay, let's take a look at another one. And look at this. I love the idea of 2 of them coming together in the center of the card. Now, which one is being used? Well, looks to me like it is this one. Okay, so because it's a cutting die, you obviously can die cut it, and then you can turn your paper over and die cut it again, and you can bring them each into the center. So one of them is going to, the flap is going to go on the fold of the card. The other flap is going to go to the back of the card. And so these are the front of your card, basically. And they are tucking under a foiled cutting die. This happens to be from the ethereal bouquets. Boy, I always know that. Ethereal bouquets. And it's just, you can see all the colors that are there. And it is also using the ethereal bouquets die cut. So that's going to work. And you can see that in the center. So she simply, in this case, instead of cutting each of the, taking that panel and cutting it, she just trimmed it down and then cut 2 of these and glued them to the front. So that is overlapping at the back, and that is overlapping at the back. So that's going to work quite well. It's almost a gatefold card, isn't it? But it's doing it horizontally instead of vertically. But you could do it vertically too. Do the same idea. Just have something in the center. And you could bring those closer together if you wanted to. Now she has inked the edges. You can see that, and that was done with the charcoal ink pad and of course the blending brush. That will work nicely. She's done something else. Let me tuck these both back under, and just we'll get in close to see this. So she has used black and white border dazzles, but look what she did. She's got them so that they're entwined. So first lay maybe the white one down and then position the black one so it's going and matching the innies and outies of that. And it's just, I have not seen that done before. Okay, that's a small thing, but I think it's really attractive, and I'm going to remember that because I'm going to use that, Debbie. Beautifully done. Now, of course, this is foam taped. She's got the label foam tape, the die cut label, and then the die cut greeting right on top of it. So just beautiful. Okay, I have one more to show you. And here is something else. Again, our 5 by 6.5 inch card, but by now you can recognize this has been die cut here. And she has used, let me pull these out, and actually this is kind of a sneak preview depending on when you look at this. Okay, she is using the Tulip Parade, which is our February launch. And so the solid, the patterned in 12 by 12, as well as the die cuts. And let me show you what she's done. So she has taken her card, and I'm going to open this. And she's used 2 of the cutting dies. So this one is right here, and it just wraps around the back of the card. How easy is that? But how fun that she ran that ribbon. And then this one is actually the card front. And here she used this one. Now you can do that because this, that edge isn't going to cut off. It's just going to be the decorative part that will cut. So that is beautiful. Now the paper that she used is this one. It's a back of a sheet, and it has this ghosted back, tulips right here. So she has used that. She inked the edges with the blending brush and the Prussian blue ink pad. So you can see all of that. Then this was die cut out of this back piece, which is the back of the truck one. So she used that again, die cut it, attached it to the back of her card, and she also did the same inking. And then on the inside, this is the whole piece of this one. And just simply place the Life is Good with a Friend. That's one of the one of the cutouts. The You Are a Blessing is out of the die cuts, and that darling little bicycle is done with the cutting dies, which, there we go, right here. So there's the bicycle right here, and the basket on top. And I do think, we used to do this a lot, and we haven't done it in quite a while, is taking a ribbon, and we're going to wrap it to the back of the card and then tuck it under, in this case, that piece that's die cut. And she also tucked it under the cutting dies that are right here. So we've got that, that barrel, and then we have this profusion of flowers, and then all of the tulips that can be die cut and attached separately, and then simply tie that into a bow. The Love You Friend is also 2 layers. It's getting close so you can see that. The first one is pink, the second one is blue, and that is from the We're Together Pastel and Pearl. This has 20 sheets in it. So you can see that blue matches perfectly. There's also the pink inside. So that's just going to be quite lovely. So I hope I have just given you, well, actually Debbie has given you just a few examples of this highly versatile set of cutting dies. We call them fancy foldovers. I think you're going to just call them, well, kind of absolutely fabulous, just like the name says. Now, there is a money saver. It's on the right side of the screen. So we have taken the cutting dies and we have placed them with the those clear glitter sheets, the one that I demonstrated with that beautiful bee. So that's over there. However, if you have a subscription, did you see how I just did that so cleverly? If you have the subscription every month, you're going to get the cutting die and you're going to get something free. This time you're going to get that same clear glitter sheet free. Just one sheet, just to let you try it out and see what you think. You will also save 10% off the retail, so that isn't bad at all, and you will get it before we do the webisode. And what does that mean? Well, it means because every single cutting die has an idea on it, so you can adapt that to whatever papers you have. I do think the papers from hot off the press will serve you best and will work very, very nicely, and you can have a chance to make that and then take the webisode and see what other ideas Debbie and Lene have provided for us. Okay, so also that subscription is on the right-hand side of your screen along with the money saver. We want to keep them together. If you are watching this on YouTube, we hope that you will like us. We hope that you will subscribe to that channel, and we hope that you will come on over to paperwishes.com. That's the only place you can get these cutting dies, and there, as you can see, there's just so much you can do. You will be using these for years, I predict. And if you want to, we'd love to have you leave a comment. Tell me what you think of these. Now, we did these years and years and years ago. I think it was in 2007. or yes, 2017, okay. But this is a new revised version, and I think you're going to like them. So let me know what you think, and would like to have you leave a comment. You can leave it on YouTube. You can also leave it at Paper Wishes. So just keep scrolling down, 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 and keep going, keep going, keep going. You can leave a comment whether you decide to purchase them or not. Tell me what you think. I think they're so well made, and there's just a lot of versatility there. I guess I've said that 14 times now. Okay. I want to thank you for joining us. I want to thank you most of all for being part of our Paper Wishes family. We'll see you again.